Flosstube. We're the real Housewives of Cross Stitch.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
And this is take 3, and I forgot who I was for a second.
That's Ronnie. She's here to talk about our stitching this week. So we've had some busy days here. Not a lot of stitching on my part. Mom has gotten a bunch done, so we'll go through, and she's got some previous
I don't think I got very much done, so.
She's got previous finishes, new finishes. We've got, some cute finishes to show you. So we'll jump right into it. I wanted to say thank you again for everybody who watches us every week and new people that are subscribing. And I love hearing in the comments, I'm returning to cross stitch after a 20-year hiatus or what. We want those people coming back to cross stitch. So whoever you can dig your claws into to bring them back and drag them into this crazy new hobby, we'd love for you to do that as well. Okay, so we've got some questions from last week. Jen wanted to know, where did Calvin hide the remote? He has returned it. It's here.
So I had a bag in the corner behind us with my sister-in-law's birthday gifts that I was, when I would buy things, I would put them in the bag so I could send them to her because she lives in Connecticut. And it was in that bag when I went to wrap her gifts.
We both looked in that bag probably 35 times, so pregnant. Joe Dean, how much of the aqua Rit dye did you use?
I think we used a capful, but she thinks we used 2 capfuls. So start with a capful, and if that's not enough, but we do 2 pieces of fabric. So if that's not enough, then add another capful.
We used a big Tupperware container. It's the Tupperware container that Mom uses for watermelon, if that makes any sense. Like, that's how big it needs to be to fit a whole watermelon cut up in there.
But you might just be doing a small piece, so just as long as the water covers it, you're good.
Lisa, 1968, she wonders if you could use beet juice. I'm on that whole beet thing. What am I going to do with all these beets I planted? As
I'm eating them.
A fabric
I didn't plan any.
A fabric dyer. I think so. We're going to try it. She thinks Trisha did it. Somebody did it.
3 Hour Threads maybe did it?
Somebody. We're not quoting anything. And if it was you, we apologize.
I think, too, if you boil the tops of them, that water turns red. Or maybe it turns like a brownish.
Oh. We'll see. Neela wanted to know, after you use chalk paint on furniture pieces, do you use any type of sealer?
I usually don't. But I do. I have this on my kitchen table. I used a glaze. That's what it's called. A glaze.
A Rust-Oleum Glaze. So the glaze that goes along with the So if you're in the hardware store and you're looking at the Rust-Oleum chalk paint, there's a whole stand of the stuff there that coordinates with it. The dark glaze is something that you can do. And she did that on her table to antique it, but also because it's the kitchen table and she wanted to protect it.
But it still needs something else. Like, you can't scrub it without some of it coming off, so it needs something else. But I haven't done anything because I just try to wash carefully. When
we first started chalk painting, we the only thing around at that time was Annie Sloan's chalk paint. So we went out to the specialty shop in McHenry, I believe it was, and we got paint for my kitchen cabinets, and we got the wax, so a clear wax and an antique wax. And that stuff goes a long way. So that was probably 5 years ago when I bought my house, probably. So, and I'm still using it, and we've done so many pieces. But I don't wax the whole piece. I wax it to make it antique looking, I guess, unless it's my kitchen table or I have a sun porch table and I waxed that. I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it. I just might be lazy. So if you want the things to last, just put one of those waxes on it or a glaze. The glaze applies kind of like a stain where you rub it on. It's kind of a thinner.
I used that on my hutch in the family room too to antique it.
Oh, with like little artist brushes is what she used.
Around the edges, yeah.
All right. Melody, any ideas as to how you will finish the Blackbird Designs 'Tis the Season? That's the cardinal she's working on in that book.
No, I have no idea, but
stay tuned. And hopefully she'll figure it out this week.
I'll get it done this year.
Carol, so Disney is on her bucket list. She wanted to know the least hot or humid time that we have experienced when we go.
When they were kids, we used to go in January because of Martin Luther King Day. That gave us an extra day that they didn't have to be in school because we would take them out of school.
We were all smart kids. We'd take our homework with us.
But anyway, the weather was better then because it was not as hot and the lines weren't as long and
Yeah, if you go during the summer, I mean, everybody's on summer break, so you're going to get jam-packed. We've been, in the last couple of years, we've gone in May, and May was 90s, 95, hot and humid. My kids did okay with it because they're older and they can just suck it up. But if you have younger kids, I'd say probably when it's colder up here, I would go down there. But you still might have times where you're wearing a winter
we had one
jacket.
day when we went in those years that they had to wear winter coats because it was 30-something degrees.
Yeah.
But we used to start in the morning and we would stay there all day. We weren't the parents that brought them home in the afternoon.
No, we just,
They
let's go.
swam when we got done at the end of the day. And
We were up at like 6:30 in the morning, out to breakfast at 7, on the first bus that was going to Magic Kingdom to get on Buzz Lightyear 15 times in a row. Amy, she just started your seasons in chalk on Black Ada, and it's going fairly easy. You know, she was kind of nervous about it, but she says it's going well. She wants to do 28 count she's going to do all the seasons in Ada, and then she wants to do the chalk for the home on 28 count. What fabric do you recommend?
there's a lot of different chalkboard 28 counts.
What are the stiffer ones that would be more like Ada if she's using Ada for this?
Well,
Is that
probably-
Lugana?
Lugana or Jovelin or Monaco. There's, well, even that linen is kind of stiff.
Okay.
So you could, if you just maybe got little samples, doesn't 123 Stitch give you little samples if you ask for it, or sell you little samples?
Oh, I don't know. You could do that. A ton of online shops and brick and mortar stores offer the chalkboard pieces too that you can see. And if you're doing like an online shop, a lot of them pair it with it so you can see the different examples.
I know I felt the picture of this plus linen in the chalkboard. I forget what it's called though. It's not chalkboard, it's a different name.
Also, a good idea is to check out Instagram. If you are on Instagram, check out the hashtags that we've been using lately, like the Fresh Eggs Farm and the PC Queen Bee, because people are showing their fabrics that they're using, and they might label it, or you could ask them on there what fabric
And
they're
we've
using
seen
for
a
the
lot
chalkboard.
of different colors being used.
That yellow was awesome,
Like a
and that
gold.
brown it was more goldy
For
yeah
the Queen Bee Flower Farm sign. I saw that on Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a
We
lot
love
of,
it all.
yeah.
Envy. We're like, well, we should just stitch it again on yellow just for this corner of the house, and then there.
I am stitching the sign again for my bee area. I have to.
Oh.
We're doing a stitch along.
All right, so Michelle at the Striped Rose, if you haven't checked out her videos, check them out. She had a few questions. She says she's been looking at your blog for some garden inspiration lately, and she has a few questions. How many tomato plants do you usually plant to keep your family in yard sauce?
Okay, so I'm out of yard sauce right now. I ran out like 2 weeks ago, and it's,
From last season.
yeah, but
From
that's
last
bad.
season.
I didn't have enough. But my tomatoes last year, didn't I have a hard time with my tomatoes?
Yeah. You were
So-
traveling a lot.
I've kind of been grounded with my garden this year. My husband insisted that I put down black.
Weed fabric in between. So he wants the garden to look like orderly, and mom's garden, he says that no flowers should be in the garden, and we beg to differ because we know that bees help pollinate, and we don't want to be
And I
out there
want
with
it to look pretty.
cute. Right. So he put down like weed fabric and designated an area where she can plant flowers and stuff. She also had
He
these.
doesn't need, I just cheated.
Right. She had a huge compost pile, and that's been taken away too because we got a new fence. So,
Yeah.
but
I've
she
been
planted
grounded.
a ton of tomatoes. So you
many did I
had
plant? Like-
23, and then we bought how many more?
Like 6 or 8. So all I have planted in my garden is tomatoes, every kind that you can imagine. Cucumbers, lots of cucumbers because the grandkids eat the cucumbers like it's unbelievable. And then I planted some zucchini, and if I get those squash bugs again, those will be ripped out of my garden faster than you can say zucchini. And I planted beans, and that's it.
She's gonna be asking me for. So we went to a rummage sale this past couple days because it's a long rummage sale. So we went 2 days in a row to make sure they didn't bring out anything new. You know, we can't let anything pass us up. And I got the kids this little. It's like a puppet show thing, but it looks like a lemonade stand too. And I told them they could make it a farm stand. So I'm gonna make sure that my kids are selling her some zucchini when she rips hers out. All
I
right.
hate those squash bugs.
She's had some problems with them the last couple of years. I don't know what and she rotates her crops and everything like that. So I don't know.
But maybe with that black stuff down, they won't grow.
Yep.
Or they won't come around.
Right. You can hope. All right, and then how long does yard sauce stay good in the freezer? Does it still taste good after 3 months frozen?
Oh yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you don't. Mm-mm.
And we freeze it in Ziploc bags flat.
Mine
so
usually
it
lasts
stores
from the
end of season
to the start of the new stuff.
when she's getting tomatoes.
And I
for
probably
the
use
season.
it once a week. I make spaghetti.
Yeah. And then she knows that pretty is important for pictures for your blog. She wants to know, do you put the basil in the pan with the veggies for pictures,
Yes.
or do you roast
No,
veggies with the basil?
it
goes on top.
Plus, when I make my sauce, I do, and this is on my blog too, the basil cubes that I put in the freezer.
Yep.
I chop up my basil in a food processor and add olive oil and put it in ice cube trays and freeze it and then put it in Ziploc bags. And I add at least a half of a cube to every yard sauce batch that I make when I'm cooking it to serve
When
for
she's
dinner.
cooking it.
Yep.
Michelle is talking about the pictures on Mom's blog of making yard sauce. So you have a roasting pan and you have all your tomatoes and onions. And then we add fresh herbs from the garden on top of that with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and put it in the oven. And she just wanted to know if we were using the basil as like a garnish or if that's something that
No,
it
it
cooks in. It cooks in because then we take it and put it in the food processor.
And it gets all chopped up.
Yeah. And then the basil cubes are added when she takes it out of the freezer and cooks it.
Yeah, and there's no difference between the taste of it from the day we put it in the freezer till, I think I've had stuff for longer than a year before, haven't I?
I think your sauce ran out because I might have taken a few bags here and there because I had no tomatoes last year because my dang ducks had to go and eat all my tomatoes. I'd be sitting there. I had the juiciest, biggest tomatoes just sitting there waiting for me, and I wanted to wait one more day, and then I'd go back and they'd be eaten. I was so frustrated.
Okay, so that's why I don't have any sauce.
A tangent. You'll see I go on those. Okay. And what was I going to say? Oh, I have a fence put up around my garden this year, so I'm going to have my own
And I
yard
don't have a
sauce.
fence anymore.
You're going to. She's going to have a fence. Don't worry. All right. And we do plan on doing a video on yard sauce, and I'm going to try to get her to do a video, that same video on artichokes.
Or the basil cubes.
Well,
or we could do a couple of different ones.
Yeah. But if you're growing basil and you have a lot left over, those basil cubes are the smartest thing ever because you can just add them into anything that you're cooking, like hash or something like that, and make it delicious. Okay.
Or soup. What's
Soups.
that one soup that
Oh,
we make?
the ravioli
Tortellini?
soup.
Oh, yeah.
Both. Okay. Anyways. Mandy wanted to know, does the baby have a name yet? Yes, the baby has a name. My parents know, his parents know, and the girls don't know yet. So when we debut the nursery, that's when everybody will find out. Okay. Jane wants to know, do you know how many patterns you have?
No.
We're not at liberty to say.
We still haven't found out how many whips she has, so start on her.
That's cute. Little doodle here. I don't know how many whips.
Why are you trying to change the subject?
Because I don't know how many I have, and that will just.
Well, you know how to count. Take your shoes and socks off. Use your toes if you have
You
to.
took me out of school so many times for Disney World. I just don't know how. Well, she's 65 wanted to know the cheapest place to buy fancy floss. Lots of places are doing sales. So I know my brick and mortar, they offer a sale
First Saturday
Saturday of the month. A lot of places do floss clubs. So whether they're local needle workshops or they are online shops, they do floss clubs where you can sign up for a monthly kind of subscription, if you will. And a lot of them do it alphabetically or they do it seasonally. It's pretty much standard price unless they're doing a
Right.
discount for a special sale like mine does every first Saturday or their anniversary or things like that. So that's kind of something that you have to look out for. I've
think
never
that they're
seen
the
1,
same
2, 3
price.
stitch.
Yeah, I think they're the same price everywhere.
Yeah, they're kind of flatline with that.
And speaking of floss,
Yeah.
because of someone asking my favorite floss colors,
Oh,
needle case.
goodies,
Goodies
which we
on
had talked
Etsy.
about, yeah, with the Pat Carson needles.
Right, she made a floss pack of all those colors that are my favorite colors, so we'll link it below if
And
you
you can go purchase those if that's something that you're interested in. Again, those colors are great for this season right now, and we plan to do kind of a seasonal update. I don't know if she'll offer all the seasons, but right now she's got what she listed on the last video.
Yes.
And those are going to be great for patriotic designs,
Right.
and some
Summer
of those you can
things,
carry
yes.
on to fall. Okay. Good. And then that's it. That's all I have for questions.
Okay. So we'll do a couple of previous finishes. This one is from Little House Needleworks. I stitched this last year, so you guys might have already seen it if you've watched all of our videos, but that's a frame from the thrift store that I painted with chalkboard paint. And I added blue homespun for the backing and just tied some knots and a string across the top, and I love this with the two white houses.
I do too.
And then this is from Threadworks Primitives. And I also use this frame for the Halloween one. I don't have the Christmas one yet and the Valentine's one, but I need to do that. But I love this one too. So it just clips on with the frame. I forget where, I think maybe Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
I did this a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm
This is
stitching this
burlap.
one. This was part of my mania.
I'm kind of over this like chevron zigzag pattern, so I could probably put something else on the backing, maybe just plain burlap.
Yeah, chevron was big, and now it's
Yeah.
kind of out, so she could
Yep,
refinish
so,
the
yep,
frame
you can
to put it up
switch
there.
it all around.
Okay, and then you have a new finish this week?
You show them your finish.
Okay, so I had finished this. Again, this is going in baby's room.
This is that Bent Creek Patriotic Row.
This is a piece of barnwood that we got at a
Flea
market last year. We got like 12-foot boards, so we've kept them in my garage waiting for projects.
So I attached the stitching to sticky board, and I used some of Lady Dot Creates, I think the color is Vanilla Rick Rack around the edges. I used plaid homespun for the backing, and then we used what was it?
Iron-on
Interfacing?
interfacing.
In between two layers of homespun, and then Chelsea cut the stars out, and we did twine up on the top
So
for a little garland.
This fabric is all from the quilt that we made for his
Right.
crib quilt. So it all kind of coordinates.
A rag quilt, yeah.
The rag quilt we made to go on his crib. So,
And this is going over the door.
so it'll be placed up there. I love it. I think it's perfect, and I love the rickrack on there too.
And I will put a link to her Etsy shop in the bottom too.
Yep. Simple to use. So with the barnwood, I'm just gonna get those sawtooth little hangers.
I have some down in the basement.
Oh,
I think
so-
David bought them for me for the
So I'll
windows
just
behind
screw
us.
those in on top, and we can nail it above the window, no problem.
Then I finished my first Stitch Mania start this year, which was a beeline from Country Cottage Needleworks. And remember, I only did the top part. I didn't do the alphabet on the bottom. And I mounted it on sticky board, mounted some gingham, black gingham on sticky board, and I had found this pedestal chalkboard at Michael's, but it had a Christmas design on it, which I painted over with chalkboard paint. I added a gingham bow up at the top, and I did attach it with washers and magnets so that I can add a different design there if I want to.
And she made the bees stationary. That was another thing that she.
And it is on my blog today. I just hit publish on the blog post before we sat down so you can see the colors that I used, and
Did you change many colors?
I think I changed them all, didn't I?
Oh, okay.
Maybe Queen Bee was used and I used that. And I also made the centers of the coneflowers rounded so that they
Whose
look.
idea was that?
It was yours.
So they are here. Let me get up there.
They're flat.
The flowers are meant to be flat. She has a ton of cone flowers when summer starts, so I said you should make those into cone flowers. So she did.
So
Okay.
this is really cute, and it's going in my bee area.
Nice.
Okay, so then for what we worked on this week, do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay, so I said
I want to say one thing too. Thank you all for tagging me in the I found this, so everybody can stop looking.
she found it and she got a good deal on it too, for her watermelon cow crow that she's gonna stitch for me. So many of you told her where to get it, and I'm like, you need to go here to go get
I
it.
know, it was like
Thank you so much. Okay, so I told you these were going to be finished. I lied. What's new? So I've got the summer and the autumn. I'm Lizzie Kate's. I'm doing the longer design for both of them on one piece of fabric just to irritate my
that's a
mom.
shocker.
So all I have to do is I have a button to put in the middle of that little flower there, and I missed a blue stitch here, and then I got to finish this guy with a candy corn and those stupid X's at the bottom. I told her it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Just a simple X, and I just could not wrap my head around it. It's been a week. I've just been tired all the time. All my stuff is like Halloween. I don't know if I didn't stick to my days this week or what was going on. I finished kind of spooky.
That is really cute, though.
Which one? This?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is Boo Club Spooky Treats.
And I love the colors.
It's purple.
I'm getting flack for that, too, because I have purple flowers in my garden. Purple is great in the garden.
She has only purple flowers right now. She got in my car yesterday. We were going to the rummage sale, and she's like, I hate that right now all my flowers are purple. I need something else in there.
Down by my mailbox and in this long patch, it's just like irises and sage. That's all I have right now. But there's a lot of other things in there. They just aren't
blooming yet. So she has hydrangeas. I mean, every plant that you can imagine. They just come up at different times. She's made sure that she has something there from spring to fall. And people ask a lot of garden questions on our comments too. You know, her thing is she wants to find something that blooms from early summer all the way to fall. So she has something there all the time, you know?
Yes. I'm very picky about what I plant.
She is. And then when we're shopping and I'm like, oh, this is pretty. Nope.
It'll only bloom for a week. No.
Nope. I take a lot of my mom's plants though, so she hacks them up and she gives me some. So I've saved a ton of money doing that. All right.
I hack up my own plants and put them in different places, so that's how I have so many.
That's what you have to do. So you just carefully.
A hosta costs $7, and I can make 100 hostas out of one hosta.
I told her we were gonna start doing that because I looked at Menards and she had just given me a ton of sage. Right? Is what it's called?
Sage.
Russian sage. And I looked at Menards, and for Better Home and Garden, Russian sage, it was like $6 for this little bitty sprig of stuff that.
That comes up wild in my yard.
Right. I was like, no. Okay, I started June because no better time to get it ready. I'm changing some colors. I don't know if I'm happy with the colors.
I like it.
The bird wasn't supposed to be black. It was supposed to be brown. I made it black so it looks Halloween-y. And then the brooch was supposed to be light brown. I accidentally did dark brown, so... I didn't take a picture of my floss colors for this one because I don't think I'll be happy with it, but it's whatever. The blue that I used for the words is Blue Jay from Gast. And I'm using a version of old blue jeans that I had from a long time ago that was much darker than what I... Remember this? You were like, that's not old blue jeans, but it is.
Oh, it's dark.
Yeah, it's like a navy-ish. This is not it. And then Halloween ABCs. And...
That's really cute, too.
I know.
I'm loving all the Halloween stuff. I'm really loving the patriotic stuff now, though.
You see, I'm like, patriotic. I'm an idiot. Like, I cannot wrap my head around the seasons for the life of me. Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did find my Star Spangled Garden. It was in my basket of whips. But this was all I got done. This was my mania start for that last Saturday in May that I didn't have to show you.
Because Calvin took it.
And I'm doing it on the gray coffee tea dyed. Okay, and then I finished Dixie Dairy Darlings. And I have the quilt, Grandma's quilt, to go next. But, so that's the quilt will be number 5, so I have 4 done.
Yes.
And I didn't finish it in May, but that's
You're
okay. I was
up.
a couple of days late.
You're keeping up. This one looks really like it'll be easy for you.
Yeah.
Once you outline and just fill in, that'll be quick for you. So
Yes.
you'll be able to finish that.
Okay, last night for Fall Friday stitching,
Did you watch Live PD?
No, I was watching Flosstube.
I guess I'll give you a pass on that one.
And I wasn't really watching because I think I fell asleep.
This is the Prairie Schooler Autumn Leaves. She's working on the long one. Have you done the small one already?
I haven't started, but I haven't not finished it, no.
Okay.
And then I did finish this morning.
Woo! For Stars and Stripes Saturday.
What is this one called?
I don't know.
Sweet Land of Liberty.
Sweet Land of Liberty. It's on the
that
back.
design. I don't think right now I'm going to do it round. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm sure I'll have it finished for you by next week.
I mean, you could easily make this square.
Mm-hmm. And I did change the colors, and I've had a lot of people ask me for the colors, and I will post a picture with all my colors.
If you're going to do it square, I would finish off the house.
I think I will. But it also kind of looks vintagey with the house not being finished off.
Like the brick crumbled beneath us and we're just... the foundation's
No,
falling.
like it's a sampler and some of the stitches fell out.
You'd be asking for a discounted... All right, this is Buttons Black.
I finished the words, so all I have left is the little witch and there's a couple of little designs there. So hopefully for Witchy Wednesday next week, I'll finish that, and that'll be my 4th Stitch Mania finish. I'm keeping a notebook, and I'm marking them off when I'm finishing them.
It's not bragging. All right.
And then since I finished that Stars and Stripes, I'm going to go back to this one. Because I have that metal stand that I had the spring one on. The Basketful of Spring. This is Basketful of Summer by Brenda Gervais. This was another Stitch Mania start. So this is going to be my project for today.
Speaking of With Fine Needle and Thread, if you haven't seen her new releases, you should go look at those that are coming soon.
Chickens and ducks.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. We also went to the stitching shop this week, so we said we were going to go last weekend.
Yes, we went to Black Cat.
We went to Black Cat Stitchery in Wadsworth.
And she was caught for going in the store with
Yes.
Michelle, who works there. She did our PC Bless Our Home stitch along, and she finished it on the same truck from Big Lots that we did.
Yep. And she also did.
Or that I did, and Chelsea's is sitting in the basement waiting for her. And Country Cottage Needleworks posted a bunch of them yesterday on Instagram, finished in all different ways.
Yep.
And it was so nice to see.
All of them. So cute. Again, if
Love
you're not
seeing
on
that.
Instagram, I would get on Instagram. You don't have to participate by sharing, but even just looking at people's stitching and ideas and finishing, I mean, you'll get so much inspiration from it. I think it's a
Yes.
great way. And it's not like Facebook where there's a bunch of drama. And
Yes.
it's pictures.
I love Instagram.
I do too. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but I use it because that's where my family is. I first stash at the Black Cat Stitchery. So this, we found out after Mom got this for me down at Heart's Desire, right? This is...
That it's discontinued.
Yeah, it's going to go out of print. So anything that they have out now is the only thing that they're going to have. So if you're interested in getting this, I would hunt it down now. But I love it. And I picked up the floss for it. The only thing I don't have in here is Picket Fence. I'm going to use DMC Alternative for it because it wasn't variegated enough for me. So if you are...
And then she wants us to dye some fabric.
Yep.
Is it gray or is it greenish?
Can see this. If you are on a budget for fancy floss like I am, I mean, if you pick up something and it doesn't look variegated to you, use the DMC alternative and use the variegated floss where it's going to show up is my suggestion. You know, people always ask for tips on that. And then I also got, this is called Noelle by Lizzie Kate. It's part of the Jingles series. So I am going to start searching for these. I'd love to do Jingles. I started Tingles as a mania start, and I can't get enough of it. Then we also got these. We both got these. So Mom was talking about in the last video, so we both had to go get these. This is Every Heart. By Country Cottage Needleworks. This is
I love this. I want to start
her new
this.
patriotic designs.
And
Mom loves
Michelle
it.
at the Black Cat also stitched this and had it displayed, and it was really cute.
Hickory sticks is one of the colors in it, so we gotta do some hick sticks. And then Welcome to the Forest.
Right.
These I'll be stitching for the girls' room.
Yes, and we're both going to do them. We just have to get that started.
Yep. All right, what haul do you have this week?
So I got the Lizzie Kate. I don't even know what the name of that
Summer
is.
ABCs.
It's horrible now that because Lizzie Kate, you kind of were like, yeah, I'll get that later. I'll get that, but now it's like, if you even remotely like it, you have to buy it.
This is Lizzie Kate Florum Example Treats 2017.
Silver Creek Samplers.
Okay, so this is kind of a duo part in the one that I started for Mania. I can't remember the name of it now, but you'll know. How cute is that? The flowers and everything. Oh, that barn. I love it. This is called Freedom Reigns. Sorry.
I love that.
I do too.
Okay, and this is the one that I saw stitched at Heart's Desire. And I think I'm going to change that bird up at the top to a blackbird too. And I will leave the butterfly off, but it was so cute stitched. And I think that those are strawberries hanging on that vine, and I would probably do some red on that.
Yes.
But I found it on eBay.
Those
Someone
are
on
like
Instagram
pins.
sent me the link. I must have received a dozen people telling me different places that I could get it.
So thank you.
Yes.
And if
I
anybody
appreciate
else
it.
likes it, just look in the
But it
comments
was like-
of our video and you can see
What did I
other
tell you? I
people.
paid like $3 with shipping or something?
Yes. This was out of print. It's an older pattern. Those are little strawberry buttons, so you'll have to stitch those up.
They're buttons?
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So she'll stitch something up. She'll create a little strawberry. That'll be cute.
And then
she has
yeah,
not started.
I haven't started my punch needle yet, but
She's working it up, so
look at the bee.
she had to get them. I mean, it's called Bee Garden, and this is a new Little House Needleworks, and then this one is Country Pumpkins. I love this one. You know, and she opened up yesterday. I was here, and she opened up the.
I opened it, yes.
She opened up the chart
With the cow in the barn.
and she's like, "Look
I
how
was like,
little this is!
"It's
I could do
tiny."
this in a day. Whip it out, girl. Let's see it." And then she put it promptly back in the envelope.
So, right now, I have 3 more bedrooms upstairs that I have to paint. I have to paint half of the stairs going up because we're getting board and batten. I'm going to have to paint the board and batten after that gets done. Plus, I've been doing all my garden.
And taking care of me.
There's a lot to do.
There's a lot going on. I mean, both of us look at each other and we're like, sometimes we feel like we let you guys down if we don't get enough stitching done or if we don't pack everything that we need to in our videos.
Yes.
If we forget something in our
We've both
video.
just been very frazzled, especially me last week with traveling. So
I haven't been frazzled.
I have.
I just
still
forget
frazzled.
stuff. And you know, last week I was supposed to edit out I had to edit 2 videos together because we had something of an interruption, like the dogs or the grandkids. Something happened where I had to smash 2 together. And I was supposed to take out the end where Mom was like, "OMG," because she scratched under her, you know. And you don't want to put that on video where you try to do the best that we can. And so we love doing these videos.
And then we didn't watch it, and it was there.
I watched some of it. I don't watch all 40 minutes of it because, first of all, I have to edit it all together, and that takes.
She's grounded.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, oh my God. She didn't catch it until like 2 days later, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was getting ready to leave the house for something with my husband, and I was like, I don't have time to change it right now. And I don't want to delete a video like that and then re-edit it because all of you have left all these amazing comments, and you're entering yourself for a giveaway when you do that. So I just left it. But then Mom figured out how to take it off at the end because she was really
But then
impressed
all
by
the
it.
pictures that we had on the end went too. So
Yes, so I'm going to try to find a way to repost it now that we have a giveaway winner, and I don't know. So
we'll probably put those pictures from Heart's Desire on the end of this video.
Yep.
And then they'll be there.
We don't watch the whole video because these
We
videos
used to
are
when we would tape
20-minute videos.
Right. I would always watch through to make sure that, you know, we didn't say anything that we weren't supposed to, or
sometimes we're off the cuff. We don't have a
and
script.
now I know when the video is over, I just have to sit here for 10 minutes before I say or do anything or move.
Just... She's so embarrassed. Don't snort. I'm not editing that out. So again, we watched some of it.
I think she did it on purpose.
I did not. But I don't watch the whole hour of the video because it takes like 2 hours to get it uploaded, and by that time I'm so
and
frazzled.
we're always doing something else. It's like we have to do this, we have to do that.
We have to cook lunch, we have to go shopping somewhere, or go to some thrift store.
Oh, I forgot my stash.
Oh, here we go. Did you write it down? Okay, so I had found this a long, long time ago, and I was like, you're gonna love this fabric. You're gonna love it.
Swell Christmas.
And, you know, she answered back with, oh, I don't have time for another quilt. And now all I've heard for the last couple months is, oh, I just ordered this fabric that I really love. I'm making another quilt. I'm like, when?
A strip quilt. Another one of those quilts that you go, a strip quilt.
I got shorts right up here.
Good. It's your turn to be in there first.
You guys get to see way more today. You can't really see it. It's Swell Christmas. It's vintagey.
Yes.
Woo! It's vintagey fabric.
So cute. So I don't know when that'll happen. Hopefully before Christmas.
It
But
needs to happen.
she's throwing a baby into the mix now too. So can you imagine?
I'm not going to slow down. We're going to keep it up. We're going to keep rolling. I got kids in swim lessons. I got kids with pool passes, summer school. We're doing it all. We're making sure that we're having a good summer.
Yeah,
And a
I'm just
baby.
happy that my garden's planted.
Yeah, right. I let her know every day how well my garden's doing because I'm like 2 weeks ahead of her, and usually I'm a month behind her and just crying about my tomatoes.
Yes, I'm probably 3 weeks behind when I usually plant.
Yep, she usually has it in the ground Mother's Day weekend. That's her thing. Also, Debbie, one of our viewers, graciously sent us some Lizzie Kates, and I'm in love with them.
She's the one that made the quilt for you, the last barn quilt that you showed.
Well, both quilts. So the chicken, the round chicken.
Oh, yes.
Yep, and the baby quilt that I'm in love with it. Yes. So just some monthly Lizzie Kates, and these are older, and I love this one because it has an ice skate for Mom. And something I can interchange. So very cute. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so
And we appreciate all of our commenters and all of our likers and dislikers
and
and
subscribers, haters.
and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get
Yeah, somebody said, hey, thank goodness you mentioned that because this was the first week I didn't get an alert.
And
So-
thank you for joining in with the PC Queen Bee Stitch Along, and Down Sunshine Lane has that bundle that you can get, and the code is PCB,
Yes.
PCB, and it's listed. If you click that arrow, you'll see all the things that we've talked about today right there.
So you just go to our website, and on there it'll show for the bundle of floss or the bundle with the pattern, and then it'll ask you for a promotional code. Enter in that promotional code, and you will get the bundle pricing.
And it's on the bottom of the video, PCB. And also, she
is extending it through
right.
the 16th.
Right.
So it was originally going to end at midnight tonight. It is being extended through the 16th. So you have another week to order.
And I love seeing all your starts. And
Guys, can you believe we only have a few Flosstube videos left until I have a baby? That's like how I'm measuring my time, is like, oh my god, I only have a few more Saturdays left before this thing comes out of me. Michelle Bendy Stitchy said, I love how you called it the baby and it. So the baby, I call it him.
yeah, but yesterday she read that it's the size of an American Girl, so she's walking around with the girl's American Girl just like hung off of her stomach. This is how big it.
It's so crazy to me. He's in my ribs. He's hurting me. I'm uncomfortable. I sleep very little at night. And it's just still kind of alien to me. I mean, it's alien to my family too sometimes for them to look at me and be like, and you know what, sometimes when I'm getting dressed, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wear that. I'm pregnant. We went swimsuit shopping yesterday. I'm going to be the proud one with a bikini on at the pool. I asked my mom, I was like, does it look okay? And she says, it's just kind of weird.
That's not what I said. I said it looks a little different.
Oh yeah, it looks a little different. It's fine. Do you want my cover up? So we're going to try it. If I'm uncomfortable, I've got shirts and stuff to throw over it. We are doing a little mini vacation for the girls as kind of a send-off to them being the only children in the house. And this is probably the last amount of time that I can travel safely. So we're going to do a little mini vacation this week, and there's some pool involvement. Okay, so I think that we have covered everything but the winner. So we have the Needle Nannies from Stitch Dots. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. Their Stitch Dots are extremely strong. So these magnets are... magnets. Okay. I mean, I feel like I could stick to one of these.
Yes.
So the winner to these, and you receive all 9 of them. Again, you can also purchase accessories off of their website. If you don't use a needle nanny, you could get a bracelet clip or a pendant or scissor fob. Lots of different ways you can use this. So the winner for this is Paula Humphreys. So Paula, if you could, please get a hold of us. 2 ways are better than 1.
Our emails are in the bottom.
Yep. So
you can also message us on Instagram or Facebook. We would accept any of them.
Or write it in the sky with an airplane.
And for our giveaway winners, if you would please, after you receive your item, just message us back and let us know. I was telling Chelsea I've sent out a lot of things in the past week, and we've only heard from one person that they got it, and I hope the rest of you got them. Because
we just want to make sure that you get them.
I mailed things from Kansas when I was there because I didn't have time to do them at home, and I went to this little tiny post office that was like the size of my bathroom, and...
Well, I heard you had a big bathroom. You have a powder room, so...
That's where I do my powdering.
I do my pasting. All right. What else do we have to talk about? Is that all we have?
Join us in all of our stitch-alongs. We have...
They're all
Witchy
listed
Wednesday,
in the bottom. Yep.
Stars and Stripes Saturday, Santa Sundays. I think that's it, right? And then our actual
Fall
stitch-alongs...
Fridays.
Fall Fridays, sorry. And the PC Queen Bee is the newest one. PC Bless Our Home.
I mean, Forest Snowfall and Lantern Lane are still going on. So if Santa Sundays, you want to pull out some...
And the Hometown Holidays from Little House Needleworks. That'll be going on forever for me because I got a lot to go.
Yeah.
You too.
And she keeps... Thank you. And she keeps bringing out more awesome ones. So we will have that going on. It's ongoing, so it's not like you have to finish it by this amount of time. Mom stitches them quickly so you can see how she finishes them, so you can get inspiration on what you want to do with
I
how
try
you
to,
finish
yes.
them. Yes.
I wasn't so good with that first Lantern Lane. That took me a long time.
Yeah, but the point is she just wants you to be able to see how she finishes it so you can take inspiration from it. If you do use our inspiration...
Right.
Tag our blog. There you go. I was trying to segue for you.
I'm just over here napping. Sorry. If you do get your finishing inspiration from us, tag my blog, tag us. We'd love to see it. Follow us on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscilla's 2000 on Facebook, and priscillas2000.blogspot.com, where you can see more of everything that we finish and our colors that we use and everything else you need to know. And hopefully you'll be seeing lots of garden pictures pretty soon, because not the vegetable garden, because you don't want to look at black.
You'll see mine.
Black landscape cloth.
You'll get to see all my weeds. I grow weeds better than I grow.
Well, I do too. That's why I haven't been grounded.
She also had these little voles in her garden from God knows what, the compost bin, was it?
No, they're just hiding out in there.
just
They
hiding.
burrow under the ground.
So she's been grounded with the weed fabric for that too.
They can't get through that.
This week's agenda, so we hope to include another tour, so like a patriotic tour
Yes.
of Mom's house when I get back from my mini vacation, so you can see that probably in the middle of the week. We'll do a little surprise video. We are also going to video, you get your nails clean, girl, because we're going to do a stitch along video where you can see how we stitch. We have been asked so many times, and we have...
So maybe next week we'll do that one?
Yep, so she's got to clean her nails, so we got to get a nail brush.
My nails are
something.
clean.
Oh, okay. Now you're good. By then, my hands will start peeling again or something. And we will get that uploaded for you as well, and then we'll be back on Saturday with our normal video. Okay?
But not this week. We're not doing that. We'll do the home tour this week, and
Yep.
then the patriotic home tour won't be like the spring home tour. It won't be as much because there's a part of the house right now I can't show.
It's always the case.
And then I don't have as much. I have a lot of patriotic stuff, but not as much as
Spring or Christmas. Okay, so it'll be short videos. Thank you again for joining us every week. We love hearing from you. We love reading your comments and seeing all your tags that you've put us in. Priscilla rolls her eyes is a good hashtag. Love it all. Old and crusty. There's lots of people going out to rummage sales, flea markets, and everything, getting anything old and crusty, and we love it.
and the Hick sticks.
Yeah.
And if you want a bundle of my favorite floss colors, don't forget that you can get the whole bundle from the
Needle
Etsy
Case
shop.
Goodies.
Yes, Needle Case Goodies.
Okay, and all of that is going to be listed below.
And there's a little arrow on the right hand side that you click and it shows. So
All right. but there's a lot there because we have some hashtags and stuff like that. But we try to put that stuff up.
And there's no giveaway this week. Hopefully next week there'll be one.
Yep. All right, because we had a ton to talk about. Again, we're at 45 minutes. We got to get off of here. All right, so we will see you guys next week.
Bye.